Hey guys, what's up? So it seems like just yesterday that Apple announced the iPhone 12 series, but leaks about the next iPhone have started pouring in from various credible sources. Starting with Ross Young, who has given us the specs of the next iPhones from Apple, he says that the iPhone 13 or 12s, whatever it ends up being called, will have 4 models just like last year's iPhone 12 series with similar screen sizes and OLED displays. These displays will be supplied by Samsung Display, LG and BOE, where Samsung will mainly supply for the Pro Max and Mini, while LG will supply for all the phones except the Pro Max, whereas BOE will supply panels for both the 6.1-inch models, the 13 and 13 Pro. It remains to be seen though whether BOE will pass the quality tests of Apple before they can supply any panels for the new iPhones. Now, an earlier report claimed that all the phones will have 120Hz panels, but according to a new report from Korea, only the Pro models will get the ProMotion display, while the non-Pro models will make do with a 60Hz panel instead. On top of that, the panels will only be LTPS on the Mini and 13, while the Pros would switch to the more advanced LTPO backplane technology that can vary the refresh rate of the display from 1Hz to 120Hz. On the camera side of things, the Mini and 13 would still come with a dual camera setup with an upgraded sensor from the 12 Pro Max, whereas the Pros would use an even bigger sensor with a 1.9 micron pixel size, giving them an advantage in low light. Also, the Pro variants would likely get an ultra-wide camera with an f1.8 aperture and a 6p lens that would improve the quality of the images captured along with autofocus. Compared with iPhone 12 Pro's ultra-wide camera that has a 5p element lens and f1.2 aperture with fixed focus, the ultra-wide on the 13 should produce much sharper and overall better looking photos. Also, according to John Prosser, the iPhone 13 might get 1TB of storage. Now, 1TB of storage on a phone sounds way too much, and for a lot of people it is, but with phone cameras getting more advanced, the photos and videos captured do take a lot of space, so it might come in handy for people who shoot a lot of videos especially. As of now, the iPhones can't shoot 8K videos, but with more and more phones capable of doing that, it might make its way to the next iPhone as well, and then you might need it. The iPhone 13 will use the Apple A15 Bionic chip, which will be manufactured by TSMC using the NP5 5nm node. Also, the company is planning to make its own millimeter wave 5G modem for the next iPhone that might also be used on the 2021 iPad Pro. Speaking of 5G, all the models will get 5G, but only the Pro models will have millimeter wave support just like last year. Now, the notch in the Face ID would still be there. However, the company is planning to reduce the size of the notch by integrating the flood illuminator directly into the camera module, so the notch would shrink, but we don't know by how much or if it will shrink at all, like last time where we were hoping that it would shrink but it didn't. So I will believe it when I see it. On the other hand, Bloomberg is reporting that we might see an in-display fingerprint sensor on the iPhone 13, and testing is currently happening. So the pandemic changed a lot of things, especially how people go outside, and now Face ID isn't as practical, so Apple is considering including the in-display Touch ID on the iPhone 13 models along with Face ID. So Touch ID and Face ID both will be there simultaneously, giving you the best of both worlds, but for some reason I don't think Apple would give you both the features. Like, it's easier for them to remove the Face ID entirely, which would help them to eliminate the notch as well, but I can be wrong. Apparently, Apple is trying to get rid of the Lightning port, and they are more eager to remove that before the notch. So the iPhone 13 might come with no ports, and you will have to use MagSafe for accessories and charging. The iPhone 12s or 13 is expected to be available around September of this year, like previous years, and unlike last year, there won't be any delay this time around. The company is also working on a new addition to the SE series with the SE3 or SE Plus, which was expected to be launched this year but has been pushed back to the spring of next year, hence there won't be any SE launch this year. The phone is expected to have a 6.1-inch panel like the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, but the display will be an LCD supplied by either Sharp or JDI. It will have a dual camera setup similar to the iPhone 11, sub 6 GHz 5G and Touch ID. And now for the big news, Apple is also working on a foldable iPhone. Bloomberg is saying that internal testing for prototype foldable displays is already underway, and the phone might have a hinge similar to Samsung's foldable devices. In fact, one of the prototypes even has a 6.7-inch display, which I think might be a clamshell style folding phone like the Z Flip. So that's the latest Apple news. Do let me know, what do you like to see in the next iPhone? Are you happy with Apple's decision to remove the Lightning port, or would you rather see the notch go away first? Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more tech videos. I will see you all in the next one. Till then, bye bye and stay safe.